Back in 2012, Edifier bought a company called Stax. Now, Stax was known for high-end, high-fidelity, audiophile-grade headphones. In fact, they still are today, and they still operate as that. But we were wondering, and always have been wondering, if Edifier was going to come out with their own audiophile-grade headphones. We waited 10 years, and finally, these came in. These are the Edifier Stax S3. Were they worth the wait? Let's find out. The first thing that really impressed me was that they cared a lot about their packaging. Whenever you want someone to know that you care about your product, it starts with the packaging. And when that is set up right, you know that they took a lot of pride in the product that's hopefully inside it. At least that's the feeling you get when you open it. The first thing you're going to notice are these two silk, at least they feel like silk bags. And inside these are actually an extra pair of earmuffs. But we're not going to talk about that just yet. We'll talk about that in just a minute. They do come with a hard case, and that hard case is what protects the Edifier headphones. When you open these up, these do fold in on each other, and there is a flap that goes between the headphones to make sure that they don't get scratched or damaged when you fold them up. It was just really smart packaging. When we take the headphones out, I was really impressed by the quality and, well, the look. There's something just about these that I really like. You're going to see the carbon fiber on the side along with that gold logo. And it's just a subtle hint of carbon fiber. They didn't overdo it. The rest of it is, well, relatively plain. It's all black minus the very subtle Edifier logo. Even the leather on top is a nice black leather, and it is very soft and cushioned. And it feels like it's the exact same cushion that's on the earmuffs themselves as well. And when we look on the inside of the headband, we're going to see an L and an R indicating which ear your headphones are supposed to go on. Now, one thing you might have noticed is that there is no hardwired cable on here, and that's because these are mainly Bluetooth wireless. However, if you do want to hardwire them, there is a spot on the right earmuff to plug in an included cable that you can connect to your hardwired device. On that same earmuff, there are a couple other things that you'll notice. There are a few dots here. That's your microphone for when you're doing hands-free calling. And then there is also a 3-button switch here. That button will turn on and off your headphones.
Power on.
It'll also turn up and down your volume. Now that button, although it does only look like it is one button, does have multifunction. You can, for example, press it twice to pull up your assistant or press it 3 times to turn on and off game mode, which we'll talk about a little bit more coming up later.
Off.
On the left earmuff, there's only one connection on there, and that is a USB-C connection. This does come with a USB-C cable, and that allows you to charge your headphones. They'll play for 80 hours on a full charge, but if you're in a hurry, just plug it into an outlet for 10 minutes, and they claim that you can get 11 hours of playback out of that. Now, we've talked a lot about these headphones, but one of the things that we haven't talked about yet is, well, how do they sound? And let's be honest, you care about how they sound, as do I. And that is what we're going to be talking about right now. Now, one thing to think about is these are Bluetooth 5.2, and they do have the capabilities of streaming high-resolution music to them. And because of that, they do accept your high-res codecs. And with that in mind, I wanted to listen to some music. The first thing I did is I put on some women's vocals, because I wanted to know, how did those come across? And I got to say, these did not disappoint. In fact, these opened my eyes. I was really shocked at the detail and accuracy of these things. Here's the deal. When I was listening to the music, not only could I hear everything started and stopped immediately. There was no real coloration. A lot of times when you listen to like dynamic driver headphones, like a strum of a guitar will just continue and continue. And because of that, it can add coloration to the music that's not quite there. And these, I didn't notice that at all. In fact, when the strum of a guitar stopped, it stopped. I could hear things that I didn't typically hear. I could hear like the woman breathing in when she's getting ready to sing again. Taking that breath. I mean, it's just very, very impressive when you hear these. And so I'm hearing this high end that I don't typically hear in headphones. I'm hearing this detail that I don't typically hear in headphones. And I'm thinking to myself, well, okay, so if I'm hearing the high end, I'm hearing the detail, I'm hearing the resolution, I'm getting the soundstage that's filling my ears, obviously I'm not going to be able to get the bass. That was my thought. So I started playing music with bass in it because I mean, they obviously can't do that. I was wrong once again. They absolutely do bass. And the bass, once again, start and stop. Bam. I mean, as soon as that bass hit, it stopped. And that was so refreshing. Because there's a lot of headphones out there nowadays that, well, they over exaggerate your bass and mid bass. And they do that in a way that they think would be pleasing to you. But because they over exaggerate it, it cuts out a lot of mids that you just can't really hear. And it takes away a lot of the detail of the music. And so these, I would tell you, first of all, the bass is properly placed. It's not too high, it's not too low. It's just there like it's supposed to be. And they don't over exaggerate it. And because they don't over exaggerate it, you get to hear things that you just wouldn't typically hear in other headphones. Now, part of the reason why these sound so good is the technology that goes in these. You see, these aren't dynamic driver headphones, these are planar headphones. So something like these right here, which are the Behringer DT770s, these are what we call a dynamic driver. A dynamic driver headphone works the same way or the same principle as like a loudspeaker. When you take a look at the speaker inside, it has a magnet and it looks just like it. And it goes back and forth, radiating sound. Now, a planar headphone is different. It actually has a diaphragm in the middle, and it has two magnets on either side of the diaphragm that move it back and forth, creating that sound. And you have a lot of advantages with something like a planar headphone. Now, one of the main advantages of planar headphones like these are their low moving mass. Now, what that means, or in practical terms, what that means is think of it like this. Let's just say you had your hands up and you were punching the air. Okay. Now, assume there's a target there and you have no weight in your hands. If you have no weight in your hands, you have a lot more accuracy and control of where your punches are going. And not only that, they're going to be quick. All right. Now, let's just say you want to do the exact same thing and you put 50-pound weights in your hands and you're trying to. Well, your accuracy and your control is going to be a little bit harder to replicate. And not only that, you're going to be a little bit slower at reproducing the same results. Now, the same basic principles are the reason why these sound tighter, they're more controlled, and, well, even the bass is tighter and seems to have less distortion is because, well, it's much easier to control. Now, that's the main advantage that you get with planar headphones. But you see, Edifier didn't just stop there. They introduced award-winning technology inside these headphones. You see, Edifier came out with their equal mass diaphragm. And their equal mass diaphragm actually has technology that is award-winning by a company called Audeze. Now, Audeze is also a planar headphone manufacturer, and they have been making and manufacturing high-end headphones for a very long time. Well, Edifier licensed some of their technology to be able to use in their headphones. Some of those include their Audeze Fluxar magnetic structure, the Audeze Uniforce diaphragm, and the phaser phase management. All of these are designed to accurately reproduce the original sound. And, well, as you've heard so far, they do a really good job. Now, the crazy thing is, this technology that's found in these Edifier headphones are found in headphones that cost almost 10 times the price of these. That's pretty impressive that they were able to fit that technology into this price range. What's even more impressive is that these would really be considered budget-friendly headphones, at least for planar headphones. Planar headphones start between $300 to $400, and then they go up significantly from there. These hit well above their price point. Now, let's just say you did not like the sound quality, which I would find hard to believe, but Edifier still has you covered. If you download the Edifier Connect app, you can go ahead and go in it, and you can adjust the EQ. Now, they have 3 preset EQs. The classic, which is what you'll get when you very first turn on your headphones. They also have the hi-fi, and they have their Stax. Now, another option that they have in their app is to turn game mode on and off. Now, keep in mind, you can also do this with the main button, as we mentioned before. Now, why would you want to turn game mode on and off? Basically, what this does is it reduces your latency between your device and your headphones. Now, the reason why that's important is if you're watching a video or playing a game, you want to have the least amount of latency that you can possibly have. So by turning that on, it cuts down the time that it sends a signal from your device to your headphones. Now, the only other option that they have on there is for you to tell your device what type of earmuffs you're using. You can be using the standard leather earmuffs, or if you remember, we had those 2 silk bags earlier. Those carried the Ice Feeling Earmuffs, which is a little bit smaller earmuff that is actually really cool to the touch. And these are designed to wear them when it's hot outside. And I gotta say, it's pretty interesting, as when you do touch them, they are very, very cool to the touch. Also, when you take a look at the foam in the Ice Feeling is more like a memory foam compared to the foam in the leather, which is just like a traditional foam that you would see in most headphones. Now, in order to change this out, you're just going to go ahead and take what looks like a guitar pick that came with these. And this guitar pick is actually just a tool that allows you to change these out very easily. Now, you just use this tool to be able to take off your earmuffs. And I gotta say, it's actually really easy. You just go around the edge and they pop right out. Now, for me, I still really did like the leather ones better, but it's kind of neat that it comes with the extra pair of earmuffs. Most headphones, especially in this price range, aren't going to come with an extra pair of earmuffs for you. I do have a feeling that you're probably only going to like one of the two, or going to be using one of the two most of the time. But the fact that it comes with both is a really big added value. All right, so let's go ahead and wrap up. What do I think about these? Do I think they're a good buy or not? First of all, they are definitely audiophile quality. If you care about your sound quality, these are definitely ones that I would highly recommend. In fact, out of all the headphones that I've ever listened to, these are the best sounding ones that I've heard to date. They are very flexible. I'm not concerned about breaking them. I really like them a lot, and they're going to be my go-to headphones from here on out. In fact, I hate to say it, but I might be retiring the DT770 Pros even from my computer desk. I haven't decided yet, but these sound so good. I mean, I was just listening to the exact same thing on both of these, and these were just so much better that, yeah, they'll probably end up being replaced. Even listening to YouTube videos was actually more enjoyable. The other thing that really surprised me about these is the fact that Edifier not only cared so much about the quality of sound, but you can tell even with the small things such as packaging or putting that velvet between the earmuffs so that in the case so that they don't scratch or damage each other when you put them in there. It's just, they paid attention to detail in everything that they did on these, and it really does show. And because of that, I am really impressed with these. So if you're looking for a new pair of headphones and sound quality is the main thing that you're looking for, and you're looking for some that you can use, well, Bluetooth, I would highly recommend these. All right, guys, this is all I have for today. If you have any questions, any comments, throw them down below. If you just want to mention anything about the headphones maybe that I missed, once again, throw it down below. If you liked the video, please give it a thumbs up. That really does help me out. And finally, subscribe to the channel and don't forget to hit that bell for instant notification when new videos come out. Thanks, guys. This is Toy Studio Audio, and I'm out.